You're not bored, you just need a hobby. I have been exploring hobbies all 2024, and I am excited to dive in and see what else I can do. So let's discuss some hobbies that you can do to help you not scroll on TikTok all day and not be bored. Number one on the list that I would say doesn't take a lot of money and a lot of effort to do would be journaling. You can pick up a journal from your local Dollar Tree, Five Below, Target, Walmart, or you can support a small business like mine, Kardashian Co., and get a journal. I use these two. These are some journals that I designed last year for the Black History Month collection at Walmart. I use this one for a normal journal, like just to write thoughts in. And I'm going to be exploring junk journaling this year. Junk journaling mixed with a little bit of just like illustration journaling in this one. It is lined pages, but that's okay. You can fit a lot in a journal, and it's better than going on the internet and telling everybody your business. So there's that. Also, you have something to look back at the end of the year to see your progress in life. So I think that journaling is a great hobby to do. Number two on the list, I would say, is art, like drawing. I love my handy dandy iPad. However, if you don't have an iPad, you can use a regular sketchbook canvas to draw. If you are going to go the digital route and use the iPad, the app that you should download is Procreate. It is a great app and it's about $12, but that is forever. You pay $12 and you never pay for anything ever again. Procreate, I love you. It is easy to kind of learn how to navigate it. Even if you don't know how to draw, it's something that you can get accustomed to and just doodle a little, play around in, and you will feel like an artist. I use Procreate professionally because I am an artist. However, I do also use it for enjoyment. Last year, I started this digital scrapbooking thing where every month I take the photos that I take in my phone and doodle on them and make monthly dumps. Here's one. And I think that this is so fun to do. It gets me out of my comfort zone because I kind of am a perfectionist and I want every illustration that I make to be perfect. But when I'm doodling, I just come around and do anything. Another hobby that you can do is reading. I must admit, I'm not the best at this hobby, but I am getting better. I did get, what's the book called? I got Real by Ryan Kennedy, and I have started reading it. I did get the book in December, and it is now January. It is still not finished. That's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it by the first week in February. Hold me to it. Reading is something that I really want to get into, and I think that it is such a great hobby. You can go on Book Talk, go to book clubs. That's something that can help you get out, meet new people. Also bought this book to be more proactive about reading as well, but I am going to finish the Writing Kennedy book first. But this is a more informational book. It's called The Artist's Way, and a lot of people have been reading it to help them get their creative juices back and to kind of achieve their artistic goals, which is what I want this year. So I will be reading this. Let me know if you have read it. Leave a comment below and tell me, should I read it? I mean, it really doesn't matter. I'm going to read it anyways, but just let me know what to expect. Next is something that I really want to get into, but I really haven't dived in. I am going to take a class this year, maybe next month actually, and it is pottery or like ceramics. When I was in high school, I was in a ceramics class and I loved it. It was my favorite thing. So I definitely want to go and take a class again. I did buy some air dried clay from Five Below last year, and I made this little, it's a ring holder. I think it came out pretty good. The coloring, let's not watch that, but this was so fun to make. Like, I literally molded everything, painted everything, and it brought back so much memories for me being in ceramics class. So this is something that I think will be perfect. Like any kind of crafty activity like ceramics or maybe like bracelet making, crochet is actually a great hobby because it takes time and you actually have to pay attention to do it. add that to the list. Last but not least, save the best for last, is coloring. I got into coloring because I designed a coloring book maybe 3 years ago and I really loved it. So I decided to make more, and then I just started coloring. This was the first coloring book that I made. It's called I'm an Aries, What Are You? Cute little pages. And this is when I didn't really take it that seriously. I just kind of did it as a fun thing. But then I created another coloring book that is higher quality, and the coloring that I did in this, 10 out of 10. This is my favorite page. Love it. But coloring is such a great hobby. Now this one, it could get expensive because coloring items are very pricey. So this is my little coloring marker thing. These are Ohuhu markers, and these are a little pricey. I also have some Sharpie markers. I like these as well, but you don't always have to get the most expensive items, especially if you're just starting out. I will leave some links to some coloring tools that you can use, as well as links to some coloring books. I have a few, so I have mine. This is also mine from my stationery business, and this one is kind of a mix of coloring and journaling, so I think that's a great idea to combine two hobbies. So you kind of have a monthly check-in with yourself and then coloring. And then I also just bought this one. This is from another Black-owned business artist, and it's more so characters and scenes rather than people. So I'm excited to start coloring in this one. I hope you enjoy these tips and that you pick a hobby this year. I gave you 5 great options. No more saying you're bored and no more doom scrolling all day. In the words of JT, go be somebody, go clock in, please.